Hey there, comic book fans. I got to the comic shop a little bit early this week on a Wednesday, and I got 4 comics plus a small book which I wasn't expecting to get and didn't even know existed. We'll show you that one at the end. But first we have Dark Horse Presents. What issue is this? Issue number 25, Brooklyn Blood. That's the cop story in Brooklyn written by Paul Levitz. Can't remember who the artist is on this one. Tim Hamilton and Paul Levitz. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we have this. This story continues. It looks like it was actually done for a different format because it doesn't quite go. What is this? Jungle Girl is the name of it? I can't remember. Let's flip back to the beginning. Kyra, Alien Jungle Girl. There we go. This one has gotten better and grown on me. Then we got the Tarzan story, which has also gotten better and grown on me. It's like a future Tarzan story. It takes place, kind of a post-apocalyptic Tarzan story, I think. More Dean Motter and Mr. X. I always enjoy Mr. X, though it's gotten a little wordy. I guess Mr. X has been wordy for a while. Look at that. Mr. Monster, who was thrown into the future after the monsters have all taken over. And of course, my favorite, Carla Speed McNeil's Finder. All sorts of stuff going on in Finder with a woman who's a member of some sort of Royal House Society family. This one's a really, I'm going to have to go back and read that whole thing at once because it's been an especially sort of, what did I say, culturally complicated one in there. Finder and Carla Speed McNeil always write some interesting, she creates these cultures within her world that are interesting, and this one is too. It's about a debutante and coming out party, and I think she's older and hasn't found someone to take care of the house. She's like broke royalty or something. But I always like Finder. It's one of my favorite comics of all time, and Dark Horse Presents is always enjoyable too. Next, we have Manifest Destiny, issue number 22, Sasquatch, part 4 of 6. Now, there's these Cyclops Sasquatches in this one. Who does this book? Chris Dingus, Matthew Roberts, and Owen Gienny. This is like part 4 of a story. We got half the story so far, and it's been good. Part of it's been flashback to an earlier expedition where the Bigfoot Cyclops has killed everyone, and half of it is the Lewis and Clark expedition in the present where the Cyclopses are threatening them. So, and we still don't know what those Bigfoot Cyclopses are either, if they're good, bad, and different, but either way, our humans are in a fight with them, and the humans are looking to win. This is always a fun book. It's always, kind of adventurous with some nice artwork. It's a very plot-driven book as they move through the new Louisiana Purchase in 1801? I think I finally may have gotten that year right, but I'm not even sure. Oh, and there's that Spanish guy right there is a ghost. So this book has got all sorts of things: ghosts, cyclopses, Bigfoots, and Lewis and Clark. There you go. Manifest Destiny 22. And here we have Rumble, issue number, what number is that? 13. I like that little dot pattern in the back of the cover. That's pretty neat, mixed in amongst all these earth colors. We get a dot pattern in there. But Rumble's been a good series. Let's see, there's an intro in the beginning. We'll read that to you to give a little flavor of it. The soul of Rathrak, an ancient warrior god, has returned. Trapped inside a living scarecrow, in an effort to rise again to his former power, he has managed to recover his once mighty body. But the immortal heart has been cut out. The heart that now hangs around the neck of Rathrak's arch-enemy, Queen, try that one, Zoltha. With the guidance, in quotes, of Bobby LaRosa, because Bobby LaRosa is none too smart, and Del Slaughter, Rathrak tries to navigate the modern world where monstrous foes still live in the shadows of the city, including Asura. Now Asura has possessed Rathrak's old demigod body, determined to get revenge. Their story follows. Did you follow any of that? Here's our hero Rathrak as he used to look. But centuries ago, his soul was torn from his body, and he was imprisoned. Now he's back in a scarecrow body, trying to look for his body and his heart, because they separated his body and his heart, which is bad in this monster land. But I enjoy. Storytelling is very good and exciting. I like the drawing. We get flashbacks to Rathrak's old life when he was a warrior thousands and thousands of years ago, before the humans took over. It was funny because in the beginning, this was one of those comics where, the first 3 or 4 issues, you really didn't know what it was about. And I think that turned people off, even though the storytelling was good. And now that you know everything it's about, it's still good. So check out Rumble, issue number 13. And here we have The Wicked and the Divine, issue number 22, with these white bordered covers that I don't like so much, with the logo right over the artwork. On the first, I don't know how many issues, 20 issues worked okay, but with this white border and the artwork being even smaller, I think it's just working terribly, but I've complained about that this whole story arc. As you can see, this is a big battle story arc. This is what people were wishing for from issue 1 with all these old gods, that they just fight each other, but all the issues, there was political machinations and mysteries going on, but finally we have all these new gods who return every 2 years fighting each other for some reason. I'm still not exactly sure why they're fighting each other, except the woman who kind of looks after them. There's a woman who I think lives in the mortal world, even though she's immortal. And she lives in our world. She doesn't get resurrected every 100 years. She just lives straight through, and she's supposed to be organizing stuff. And she's organizing them to fight this time. I don't know why. But anyway, they're fighting. It's fun stuff. Wicked and the Divine, issue number 20. Finally, here's the mysterious book I got. Bone includes a new chapter, a new Bone chapter by Jeff Smith, and a Bone companion. As you can see, it's shrink wrapped. I don't even know what it is. 25 years after the first black and white issue of self-published, Bone appeared at comic shelves, and over a decade since the Bone coda picks up right where the saga left off. Ride along with the boys and their friends Bartleby and the baby rat creature as they brave the dangerous journey across the desert back to Boneville in the rickety cow cart. Creator Jeff Smith is back for a laugh with Phone Bone, Phony Bone, and Smiley. Also included is the complete text of A Bone Companion, written by award-winning comics historian Stephen Weiner, fully and illustrated for the first time. So, let's open this from the shrink wrap and see what it is. Got my X-Acto knife right here. Let's see if we can cut this shrink wrap easily. There we go. We got a nice little piece there. Now let's see if it'll pull. There we go. Unshrink wrapped. We'll just put our knife down there. Try not to cut ourselves with it. There it is, unshrink wrapped. I prefer the full comic size Bone that they've been printing in this size. Let's see what we got here. Look at that, a Bone story. I guess this is an all new Bone story. Let's see how long it goes. There's the newly illustrated, what did they call that? A Bone companion. Oh, look at that, all sorts of pictures. I was just wondering how long the actual Bone story. 45 pages. At least it ends on page 45. This was $15. So 45 pages for $15. New pages, what the heck? A little expensive, but it's been 10 years since I read a new Bone story, and I'll certainly check out this stuff in the back, whatever it is, a Bone companion. I figured it would be a lot of Bone companion and a short news story, so 45 pages is a fairly long news story. But for all you Bone collectors out there, look at that. And I had no idea this was coming out. I just saw it on my shop's shelf this week and was like, you know what, I may as well pick this up. I don't even, did this actually just come out this week, or was it, let me check the indicia. Here we go. There should be a year in here somewhere. Yeah, Bone Coda Copyright 2016. So it must have just come out this week. But pretty cool. New Bone stuff. I'll give it a read. If you look at my background artwork, it's a couple more Dreams of Things covers in black and white. I still haven't colored the last two that I showed you last week, but all I've had the energy for is these black and white ones, and they look vaguely similar despite their differences. This one I went back to my normal, smooth, thick to thin line that I often work in. I think that one will take color nicely. I'll put some color backgrounds in there. And this one I didn't feel like doing that smooth line again, so I went back to that rough, textured line. So a couple of single figure comic book covers, my Dreams of Things. I got to use the color in them to make them even more dreamlike, because they're not quite as dreamlike as the last two I showed you last week, but still, we'll make them even more dreamlike. So, all right, there's a look at that, and you guys have a good week out there.